Battlefield of Eternity, Team Power Spike against the Hardos, everybody. There's a little bit of a bonus now. I wasn't able to cast this live during the tournament because there were other quarterfinals that were played at the same time. But I haven't casted a match of Team Power Spike yet in the two Masters / qualifiers, and I wanted to definitely give them also a little bit of screen time here, because the team shows a bit of promise, and there's a lot of names on the team that you will recognize from former teams and just from Heroes of the Storm tournaments in general. So now that we're entering our best of 3 series, again, this was one of the quarterfinals. We have Wit on the left side on ETC, we got Gulnar on Lucio, Darkmok on Sylvanas, Marlow on Greymane, and Blade on Imperius. And of course, they're going up against the powerhouse, the Hardos, with that Benny on Muradin, Nick on Reyna. We got Hazu on Deathwing, Yasu on Stukov, and Chris is playing Sonya. But yeah, so this is again the second qualifier. There's no draft this time because, as mentioned before, I casted these matches from replays. As always, the sad thing when you have a big live tournament that is open, certain matches just will be played at the same time. You're never in a position where you can cover everything. That's usually something that only happens during invitationals, but in open qualifiers you simply don't have the time to cover all the matches. So some of them you will miss as they happen at the same time. But either way, now that we're here on Battlefield of Eternity in our best of 3, let's see what exactly Team Power Spike can pull off. They're obviously up against a very strong opponent here. They're up against the Hardos, and these guys, they had a bit of a rough time in the first qualifier, partly because Hazu wasn't there, so Max Passion, if I remember correctly, subbed in for him, and they went very early on up against Chili Mountain, who just had the better day. And right now, we'll see how far the Hardos can actually go. But either way, now as all of this is starting to shape up, once again the quick point out that we have no Executioner taken on Jimmy. That happened a few times now on Battlefield of Eternity, mostly when you have a lot of slows on the other side. But it's a really good indicator that you're not looking to rush the Immortal down, but instead you're trying to determine the team fight in your favor. So Hazops at the bot lane, already starting to take position around the camp, and the rest of the team is slowly coming together here too to help him out with this. Yeah, Hazu should get rid of an assist from Yasuo. I'm a bit surprised that Team Power Spike hasn't made a rotation down to the bottom of the map yet, but here it comes as Gulnar sniffs things out. Bad Benny, yeah, they find him and they give this one up. You can see on the minimap the rotation towards the top lane where Team Power Spike is now saying, okay, we kind of don't want to fight against them with Stukov on the other side in that choke point here. So instead, let's just make the move towards the top and try to take the other camp quickly. But that doesn't really work out for them. And of course now we are also having a full rotation of the Hardos themselves, as they realize there's a chance to walk away with both of the camps in the early stages. So there we go. Bad Benny in trouble on the other hand. Gulnar comes in, tries for the attack. And he's a little bit of extra damage against Blade as well. And there it is, the kill against Imperius. Nice. First blood in the game, 1-0 on an early level 4 now. Behemoth armor again for Jimmy. In addition to that, we now have the Stormbolt build continued. Locking in the Sledgehammer on level 4. Making it a bit easier to complete the baseline. Helping with the stacking there, and of course also in addition to that increasing the damage to the Immortal, which on Battlefield of Eternity is crucial. But it's time for the party, and this is where we're gonna have the first fight. But Benny riding on his bottled chip over here. But a quick attack towards the Hardos Immortal. Blue team is moving in. The problem is that ETC is locked down and dies. Nice kill. The Hardos with 2 kills to 0 already. Doing an excellent job in controlling the space here, and really also shutting down all the avenues where Team Power Spike could go for an attack. Instead, we now have them turning it around and trying to go for the blue team's Immortal and burning that away as quickly as they can. Lucio, the only one to chip in some damage on the other side, but now that Greymane moves in, you gotta be careful. Those walk-in attacks, they definitely hurt. And Greymane is one of the best damage dealers on the Immortal. Isn't really taken all that often these days anymore. Some other damage dealers that can do it from a safer position have started to take over. But he's of course still packing a punch whenever you can get him in position. 4 stacks now on the Behemoth armor as well. And let's see what else they can do here. There's a little bit of a slide. Alright, here we go. The attack comes in. Deathwing with a fly-in right away. And Wit in trouble once again. And that's ETC dying for the second time. The Hardos were looking for beef and they found it. Time for the barbecue. Darkmog on the other hand. Damn, he was toying with fate here, didn't he? He nearly died too. Sonya is slamming it out on the right side, ensuring that the red team locks in the Immortal, or will lock it in eventually. There's nothing that the blue team can do anymore about it. So Team Power Spike, well, they kind of need one at this point. First fight didn't really go too well for them. They lose the objective and they also suffered 3 deaths on the hands of their opponent. But now it's probably the bot lane, it's now top lane that's getting attacked here. Level 7 is also kicking in just a little bit quicker, so good for them. And here comes the growing infestation for Stukov. Which is of course another crazy one if you can set the attack up around it. But Bad Benny gets attacked and barely hops out of the fight. And he might not get out of the situation at all, because Lucio helps the rest of the team to jump in and take him down. Muradin eliminated, good on them. And, well, let's see what else they can do now. 7 against 7, and the Immortal, as you would imagine, gets burned down super quickly, because without Muradin and a frontline tank that can control the opponent's onslaught with his CC, you can kiss that attack goodbye. You can do a bit of damage, you can take the wall down, maybe even a bit of damage on the fort itself, but it's definitely not nearly as impactful as it would have been if Muradin was still alive there. I mean, he's back to business, he's on his way, but he's not going to be here in time. So they end up with this significant damage to the fort, but they can't take the whole thing down. Same time though, big team fight. Nice Mortal Flame from Hazu. But Stukov is dead, and that is the 2nd kill for Team Power Spike in this game. Another Stormbolt connects, and the kill, nice! Lucio is down, but Bad Benny jumps into the wrong direction, and that's going to be the end of the Dwarf once more. Chris is already at the bottom of the map and is pushing another lane out. And we have a game on our hands. Initially, it looked like the Hardos might just be able to gain a lot of momentum here and snowball this one, but it's not really happening. Team Power Spike is fighting back right here. And also, looking at the damage output so far, you can really see how Jimmy is coming together with the ace in the hole here. 21,000 for him. Easy top damage in the game. Good lockdown once again. Imperius a bit in trouble. And there's Deathwing with a big fly. Oh, Blade alive, but finally taken down. Greymane moves in, he wants Hazu, and he gets Hazu. Even a dragon cannot withstand the power of the wolf. Nick moving in a little bit too deep as he's trying to chase Greymane, and the action is on all over the place. ETC is also fairly low here. At the bottom of the map, the camp gets taken as Bad Benny is sniffing in. Wit's still trying to keep them away from the top fort as all of this happens. It's getting spicy here. I like it. Brawls all over the place. A big fight down at the bottom of the map. Another one happening topside. We get some action in this one. Level 10 abilities are now ready for both of the teams. And so far we haven't really seen any surprises here. Well, for now it's the mind control on Sylvanas again. One of the things that we've seen in the past in some of the NA games was mind control into Karasim 7-sided, but I haven't seen that strategy used even once on the European side. Which is kind of sad, because I thought it was always kind of cool, but Karasim is just not a big part of the meta here, so not really a thing. We got the Wrath on Imperius. Look at that, he's going for the delivery system. The slide and mind control, but they cannot kill the dwarf. Instead, Lucio goes down. And the Hardos take the advantage again. Both of the teams with solid position, but with the double kill that we see from the Hardos, they now have full access to the Immortal, and they take another one. They're playing fantastic around the objective. Greymane now topside, dealing with the situation here at the bottom of the map. Hazu also had to cover. Wasn't really a problem for him here either. Easy play. But of course the objective is going to make it down to the bottom of the map, as we see Greymane destroyed at the top, and the fort falls too. Yeah, some serious setups that we now see from the Hardos. They all of a sudden are gaining the momentum again. And a big invade at the top. Nice, they sniffed out Stukov, so they know exactly where he is. Deathwing is still at the bottom of the map. A bit of a two-pronged attack now that we're seeing. The mosh pit, party time, Stormbolt interrupts it immediately. No chance to follow up with the damage. The Immortal is wrecking the bot lane at the top. The fort has been destroyed too. Blade goes down, Imperius is dead. Wit is trying to set a kill up against Chris with a power slide, but he just can't make it happen. They don't connect here, and now we have another big push through the top lane as the Immortal, after the fort destruction, is now already moving in at the keep itself. It's a tricky situation for Team Power Spike. That particular objective is wreaking havoc over here. Some fantastic damage that we're currently seeing from them. 4 kills to 9. And off we go. Yeah, Chris, Hazu, Nick, all doing their thing. Gulnar, careful. Yeah. Also has to be a little bit cautious. We have at the same time the violent reaction. That one's ready. The Bronzebeard Rage is in. It's a big lead, of course, in experience. That translates directly into a talent advantage as well. And they're looking for another kill. Stormbolt connecting. And in this case, Stukov was just a step too late, or it could have been another kill. ETC is definitely in trouble this game. I mean, every single misstep that we see from Wit, and he's getting punished for it right away. 21,000 damage now for Sylvanas, the only one who hasn't died yet on the side of the blue team. As we have 35,000 for the top damage dealer in the game for Reina. And Jimmy is helping out with the top lane pressure as Imperius gets killed. Jimmy wants to keep, and they take Sylvanas down too. Oh my god, the Hardos. They're showing no mercy here. Yeah, Nick is still dishing out the pain, and Gulnar nearly dying now too. He's incredibly low and should really think twice whether or not he wants to come in for defense, because there's just no way that they're saving the keep, and he would have likely fallen too. Mad power now. 10 kills, sorry, not 10 kills, 11 kills to 4 and 10 minutes into the game, as we have a 2-level lead and a talent advantage still in the hands of the Hardos. They're doing a great job here. 10 minutes in and the keep is down already. They're speedrunning this at this point. What a fantastic setup from them. So yeah, Nick and his boys now at the bottom of the map. And talking about Nick, 43 stacks on the level 4. That's a significant amount of boosted hit points that we have here. I mean, that is pretty sexy. As you can see, that in total gives him another 400, a little bit more even, so really, really nice for him. Makes him a lot beefier than he would be otherwise. Now we're closing in on level 13 at least for the Team Power Spike, and now that the Immortal is spawning again, they definitely need that talent so that they can fight on eye level with their opponent. But let's see what exactly they can do with this one, because it's still going to be a little bit rough, no doubt about that. Yeah, attacks keep coming in. Alright, top side, Jimmy is pushing this one out once again, getting a bit of damage connected here at the bottom of the map though. The Immortal is already nearly 50%. That's a halftime show right there if they can set that up. Yeah, that's troublesome to say the least. But here we go. Yeah, sitting already at the top side right now. Trying to make the play here. 15 to 13, 11 to 4, half a level to 16. Time's ticking. The blue team has to make a move. If they don't make a play now, then they're going to go up against the level 16 talent advantage. Keep at the top side is obviously already gone, which means that they can now easily move towards the core itself. But the fight is now starting to slowly shape up over here. With just another shot, halftime show will be reached. And this is spelling trouble for Team Power Spike. They're a bit indecisive here. They just can't find an angle to engage. They have real trouble with that. And as their core is losing the shield, we're all of a sudden looking at a Hail Mary move from the blue team in an attempt to take at least one kill, but they just can't. Mind Control came out, but didn't connect with the Dwarf. And now they're getting closer to 16, especially with Chris moving in at the bot lane and trying to deliver the extra experience for them. And yeah, there it is. Level 16 is in, and that is highly problematic now. That's a big power spike again for the Hardos, and I don't really know how they want to play around this. They're also 3 levels behind. The stats advantage alone is already insane. But, well, here comes the play. They're trying to set something up against Chris, who's already down to 50% HP. So there's at least that. 21 stacks for Muradin, by the way. 45 for Reina. And here we go. Quick hit coming in. There's another move for ETC. And Wit goes down. Yeah, a little bit too much burn here from Harzorps. Nothing that ETC can handle in that situation. The Deep Fly, the Stormbolt. Nice ult from Lucio. But I'm not sure if he can keep those boys alive, because Marlow is already incredibly low. He barely gets away with 200 hit points. The rest of the team is in hot pursuit already. The delivery system is there as they're trying to turn it against Nick, but there's no chance. And Blade goes down. 13 kills, 2 for 50,000 damage for Nick. Great setup from him. And they're coming in with even more damage right now. Oh boy, this is a tough one. Wit again about to fall. 5 times that ETC and Imperius have both died. The front line just gets melted away. Now Greymane is dead too. And yep, this is bad news for Team Power Spike. The Hardos coming in and doing solid work here as they're taking one kill after another. Off we go. Here come the hits, and of course the core is about to fall as the red team is looking for victory in game number 1 of this best of 3 series in the quarterfinal of the Masters Clash qualifier number 2. GG and well played over here. Nicely done by the Hardos. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, let's go! The Hardos, everybody, in the lead in this quarterfinal as they took Battlefield of Eternity. Now we're finding ourselves in Tomb of the Spider Queen. And on the left this time, we have Bad Benny on Blaze. Look at these guys. They actually switched sides on me. What's happening over here? So yeah, we're going to adjust the overlay, of course, in just another second. But yeah, they sneakily just switched the sides from one game to another. That shouldn't really happen, but I guess they're going to try and see if the caster is paying attention to what they're doing here. And of course, we're dealing with professionals here, so of course I pay attention. The Hardos on the left side with Benny and Blaze. Nick is playing Tracer, so he's going to zip around. We got Hardos and Chromie, Yasuo and Stukov, and Chris on Leoric. Solid lineup for them. As on the right side of the map, the team Power Spike with Blade on Sonya in this game. Wit has locked in Johanna. Galnigulna on Brightwing. Marlow on Reyna. And Darkmok is playing Junkrat. This is going to become a little bit tricky. I mean, first of all, Tracer is always kind of fun when Nick plays it. And the lockdown opportunities on the other side are limited to, I guess, Jojo and Brightwing. Brightwing in particular will be the one to try and use that polymorph whenever possible to take Tracer down a notch and just reduce her mobility, but it's not going to be easy. And look how far forward Nick already plays this. I mean, he's already looking to catch rotations and get some extra easy damage in. Wave clear, of course, is also not really too bad for the Hardos. They're playing with a Blaze main tank, which we've seen these days a little bit more often, with mixed results, but again, it's not really a hopeless pick or anything, especially on the map where you need the wave clear like here. He can definitely be a good choice. The wave clear queen herself, when it comes to frontliners, Jojo, is in the hands of the opponent's team though. Chris aiding a little bit of damage at the bot lane, again in his side lane position here. And, well, the Hardos want to move on to the semi-final, of course. So we can see, we'll find out if they can pull that one off. Last game was a bit of a beat-up, though. I mean, honestly, it was kind of crazy to see how dominant the Hardos were here. Team Power Spike are, of course, up against pretty much a team of all-stars, if you so want. And Darkmok goes down. Nick survived that little battle. And that was another brutal opening into the game. They thought that they could get a kill against Tracer, maybe even a follow-up, but that wasn't the case, and now instead they lose Junkrat. But they are in a tough spot. I mean, you got Bad Benny on the other side, you got Nick on the other side, the two former Team Method players, of course with a lot of experience online and offline. Yasuo's probably the one player that has the least experience out of the bunch, if you consider that we also have Chris and Hazu on the blue team side. It's kind of rough. These guys have tons and tons of experience. And of course individual talent as well. Level 4 talents are in as well, and after Tracer went straight in level 1 into the 1-2 punch, we now get the pulse generator. Standard build here so far for Nick, no surprises. Neil Peasant of course had to be locked in for Leo as well, so that doesn't come as a shocker either. A little bit of a mix-up for Sonya at least when we're looking towards Blade, not going into a full slam build, goes for the shutout ground on level 4, but we have him with the wand paint on level 1 still. And they're trying to go, of course, for the gems now. They're getting closer and closer to the first turn being available for both of the teams. Hardos and their opponents. Team Power Spike nearly there. But in comes the attack. Okay, they're trying to go for Nick once again. And of course there's a couple of combos available for the red team side too. I mean, we've talked about some of the potential that exists for the Hardos, but let's mention also that with Junkrat, you have fantastic interrupt potential on turn-ins. Jojo adds to that, of course, with a flashlight. But there's a whole lot more that you can do, because every single time that you can set a stun up or I can CC someone in any kind of way and Junkrat follows up on it, you have a chance to, for example, display someone like Yasuo Stukov and then try and get the kill there. If they can pull that coordination off, that's a different question, of course, but time will tell. For now, what do we have? A little bit more damage from Hazu. Nice follow-up. Beautiful. And that's a kill against Trashwing. The Fruit Fly is down. Bad Benny. No one tell me he can escape from this one. Nope, he cannot, and that's a lot of gems that just went down. But they go for wit, and that's 25 gems eliminated. Marlow moves in and recovers all of them. Good for them. Nick is trying to do the same thing here. Oh my god! Nearly ran in that extra grenade and died too. But holy hell. 54 gems against 40, 20 already turned in for the Hardos, which means that if Nick is able to complete the turn-in, they are nearly done with it. Hardos is probably going to be the next one in the queue to try and make it work. But boy, that early game, 3 kills against 1, tons of gems trading hands there, left, right. I mean, this is an opportunity for the Hardos to make a 2-0 happen. But of course, if Team Power Spike can get a couple of neat kills in here, we might just see that 3-mapper happening right in front of us. So, what else do we get? Yasuo gets attacked, alright. They're gonna go for Darkmock again. Here comes the attack against him, and they run him into the ground. Junkrat is dead. They're trying to make the plays here now against Wit, and bam! That's the end of Jojo. Oh boy. Blue Web Weaver is gonna come down, 5 kills to 1. Hardos looking good in this game. They really shine here. That's some fantastic showing that they have now against Team Power Spike. And for the red team, it's gonna take quite some effort to turn this around. That push in itself could be a disaster, so they better be ready for the defense here. They need Junkrat in a good position to bring this back and take him down as quickly as possible. And they're now pushing on 3 lanes pretty much. I mean, Chris already opened the bot lane up a bit as he took the tower down early on. And now they're making a play here not only for the gate, but also for Marlow. Nick on his Tracer, but he goes a bit deep and survives with 3 hit points. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, seriously? What? He had 3 HP calculated. Nick, a total rocket scientist, confirmed. Comes back in, tries to take Darkmock down, and zips out. Nah, not quite. Dies. Alright, so this time he overstepped at least a little bit, but holy hell. Now the Ford at the top lane, that one's in trouble. They're starting to come in with the level 10 abilities now. But, yep, there we go. Bethany, oh, they cannot get him. Chromie covering for Blaze. Had to bunker up and everything, but with level 10 they now make it out. And I guess the good news is there's not a single Ford that has been destroyed. The bad news is that 2 of them are now down to 50% HP and are fairly low here. Chris is thinking about going for the Siege Giants, but decided against it. There's quite a few gems that were lost, by the way, for Team Power Spike, but they overall still hold 80 gems. So they have a ticket back into the game here. They need the level 10 first, and they finally have it. Gives us the Rip Tire. Don't think we're going to see any surprises here. Sonya still waiting this one out. I cannot see a leap here. Wow, really? Leap against this? I mean, I'm curious to see, okay, leaping in. I'm not so sure if leap is really the weapon of choice in this one. I mean, you can always make the argument, hey, if Stukov sets something up, we can leap on Stukov, but I don't think you can connect the leap with Tracer. Bunker will be ready for Blaze as the game continues. Leaping on Chromie with a timeout on 13 is also going to be tricky. I'm not quite sure if that's really the best choice. That seems a bit too aggressive against the type of talents that the blue team has taken and the heroes that they're playing here. I mean, even when you're talking about Leo, try leaping on him. He's going to Wraith Walk away from you. So, yeah, that choice is out there. Might give you a kill or 2, but if that's really the best choice in the long run, time will tell. Khaldor Gulnar goes down. It's farm time, baby. Yeah, they're going full-on farm simulator on us here. They're taking them down one after another. At least Jojo is able to recover the gems. Chris doesn't even die. This is the game where they are just escaping over and over again with 0 hit points. That's at least what it feels like. Earlier, Tracer with the 3 HP. Now Leo in a similar situation. Web Beavers are coming down for the red team, so at least they got that done. 24,000 damage for Tracer. Chromie is just trailing behind. He's getting a little bit jealous over there. And Tracer dodging the Blessed Shield. Nice. Nick is able to make it out. And he is just frustrating opponents. Nick is like this bee or wasp that is like zipping around you the entire time. Nick is like a mosquito that's in your bed. Oh my god, really? That connected? Wow. Nicely done. I was just about to say that Nick is like that mosquito, you know, that you have in your bedroom that's like zipping around the entire land. Like, bzz, bzz, bzz. and it's just like stinging you over and over again. But what we just saw from Sonya was definitely her coming in with a big fly swatter and crushing that bug. Nicely done. And I did not expect that. Really played well around the recall and everything. But still, it's an impressive kill. But if it's the better choice in the long run, that's a different story, as I said before. But that was definitely one for the gallery. So right now we have a talent advantage for the Hardos. Obviously, they dealt really well with the web weavers on the other side too. So there wasn't really too much that they could have done. But still, now we got our level 13 talents only half level away from Team Power Spike before they can make a move here too. Blessed Shield connect. Nice, I like it. They try to go for Nick. Recall is in, and Nick is able to move out. Turns it onto Blade. As we have Bad Benny with another jet propulsion in the back line, controlling Darkmog, at least trying to. The leap used as an escape tool. They're still trying to get Sonya out of here, and Blade is down. Yeah, Leo comes in with a mace to the face and the big boy swinging for the fences here once again. The one skin that I really kind of like for Leo, I mean, I love the Janitor, don't get me wrong, but we need a baseball player Leoric skin. I mean, just imagine that for a second. Baseball player Leoric, just like hitting for the fences, you know, making the call out. The taunt can be just like you point to the other side of the map, you point to the core, stuff like this. Baseball player Leoric would be amazing. Anyways, what's also amazing is Nick in the damage output that he currently has here. Comes in with now 32,000, and he's just like bounds ahead of everyone else. Right now, it's 25,000 for Jimmy and Junkrat, but whew, Nick is just murdering the damage. There's a little bit of damage here, a little bit of damage there. Then again, he died 2 times, but he makes the aggressive plays for the team. Maybe a little bit more aggressive than he would usually be, but it's working out for them. Very much so working out for them. So off we go. The push at the top side. Web Weaver is already busy at the bot lane, where the first fort has fallen earlier. Top fort is going to suffer the same fate now. And in the middle of the map, we have a similar picture in front of us. This fort is toast. At the top, it's down 2. All of the forts eliminated. And Wit, with 36 gems, is in a really shitty spot. That's not where you want to be, baby. Jet propulsion incoming in just a second as you have the cooldown. Not right now. And they let him go. Instead, they're pushing into the middle with the Web Weavers. Get everything ready to nibble down the HP of those towers as well. And of course, level 16 is super close, which means boss. You guessed it, right? That's exactly what they're trying to do here. Whew, okay, so now that the boss is getting attacked and you're up against the level 16 talent, just another second, what are you going to do? Bad Benny is going to slow this one down, as you can see. He's scouting this out, trying to slow them, and the boss is already about to be taken. I mean, that thing is down to 25% HP, and here comes the level 16 talent, so you don't want to fight that. Drain build, by the way, with the Unyielding Despair and the Crushing Hope for Leo. Interesting setup here for Chris. And very much so NA, I'd say. No, but let's see what they can do here. There's 10 kills against 3, and now we have Web Weavers coming down and also the boss on the march. Is this getting difficult? I don't really know what they can do in that situation, because that top keep looks pretty much dead to me. If those Web Weavers are coming in time, then they should just arrive so that they can take this down. And Riptire is already getting used, so that's something that you won't be able to rely upon for the defense of the Web Weavers themselves. Leo is pushing out the mid lane. Bottom of the map, don't really think that's going to be that much of a problem, but again, maybe they are able to time it there too. Blessed Shield missed, by the way. They went for Nick again and they couldn't connect. So that's another Blessed Shield that hit nothing but air, and that's a mad problem now for Team Power Spike. The Power Spike, they need the Power Spike because the Hardos are doing work here. They take the top keep down. Leo is still not even with the team. He's pushing through the middle, prepping for the next push. Now that one keep is down, they are trying to go for number 2. And they are just doing a great job here. Bad Benny, Hardos, Yasu, they're all getting ready for this one. They want to take the keep down and then maybe even go for core. Nick! No, the leap! Leap into the empty space, zoning Tracer, and that led to a kill after all. But it wasn't quite as impressive and great looking like the last one. Chromie, on the other hand, turns it around, and oh boy, they take Jimmy and Brightwing, both of them. Nicely done. Rest of the team escapes, partly also because they were able to set this up with the bunker. And at the bottom of the map, that keep doesn't look good at all. Nope, they were aiming for the middle initially, but the delayed attack at the bot lane, that does way more damage, so the keep is down. And I don't know what to tell you, but with a 4 versus 3 situation, they can still do damage to the one in the middle. They might not be able to eliminate it, but every single HP that you take off it matters, and it's going to make it easier to take it down later on in the game. And since another minion wave is now pushing in 2, they could stay a bit longer. Of course, there's 2 heroes coming back in just another second, so you don't want to overstay, but still. Now, we got 42 gems for Wit. And they're trying to make the play here. Brightwing already came in, but Benny's a little bit low. Doesn't have the bunker ready either. Wit is coming in, has the blessed shield, could use it. So far hasn't done that. They could try to get the kill here. And Chris? I mean, please tell me that they can at least kill Chris. What? Okay, Chris is down, but so is Jimmy. And I don't know, this turns against them. Blessed shield cooldown has also been used. They're losing Sonya. They're losing way too much right now. I mean, oh boy. Another leap as they're trying to get away here. That didn't work. Tracer is down. I mean, Nick is YOLOing the shit out of this game right now. He is going full ham. These boys are having fun, I can tell you that much. And now that the last keep has gone down, this is not looking good for Team Power Spike at all. Look at the minimap. Blue team hasn't even lost a single fort yet. Not one. Which is crazy in and of itself. All the structures have been eliminated on the right side of the map. But the team on the left hasn't suffered a single major structure kill. That's just crazy. And Tomb is out, and they make the play for Darkmok. 27 gems. Can they get the kill here? Oh my god, they cannot only get the kill against him, they take Brightwing too, and Wit is dead as well. They just lost all the gems. They're trying to recover some of them, but they lost everything. And Chris is having some fun going into the Burning Despair here too. I mean, why wouldn't he at this point? Who needs Buried Alive when you're with 17 kills to 6 at the opponent's core already? And the answer is, of course, no one. A 2-0 victory, everybody. The Hardos coming in with the big plays here, reaching the semifinal with a 2-0 victory over Team Power Spike. GG, and well done by the blue team.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.